Well, it was sheer chaos towards the end of round 2. It is certainly worth another look.
What happened here is as the bell rang and the fighters continued to fight, Duva, in order to separate them, took Tillis. The referee took Evander Holyfield, but Williford, who could not see all the way across, thought his man was being held and rushed Duva. And of course, you see the referee is getting between. He's got Evander Holyfield under control. Duva has got Tillis under control, but here comes Williford. And he's saying, go on back there. Somebody threw a robe at him.
And did you notice on the right-hand side of the screen what happened there? Tillis and Holyfield hugged.
So let these old guys fight. Let's just have a little fun here.
Here we go, Jimmer.
A lot of Vaseline on the face of Tillis. Now Williford, one last rub.
Tillis is trying to time the rushes of Holyfield. He's willing to take 2 or 3 shots. He feels he can catch him coming in, which are the punches that hurt. When you hit a guy coming in full speed and you're throwing your punch from your shoulder, those are the kind of punches Ali used on Foreman in the jungle that stunned him. And that's what he's trying to do, but it hasn't worked. There he comes.
Combination by Tillis, round 4, scheduled for 10. Live on Showtime from Caesars Tahoe in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Gorgeous evening capacity crowd, about 5,000 to see Evander Holyfield's heavyweight debut. And the action picking up again.
Again and again, at the risk of being repetitious and monotonous, it is a question of hand speed, reflexes. That's what this boxing game is all about. It's a very young man at the top of his form and a guy sliding into oblivion that you're seeing here without the reflexes. When that happens, the equation usually goes to the man with the sharp reflexes. Holyfield's chin has yet to be tested. He has yet to be hit hard.
Richard Steele saying, punch your way out. A heavy right by Holyfield.
Tillis willing to punch and grab, trying to take and buy time. Whether he thinks the later rounds will be his, because Holyfield with an added 12 pounds and this advantage of the altitude might make him tired, but right now it doesn't look like he's even breathing hard. Evander is doing very well, and Tillis looks like the boxer who is going to be exhausted.
Holyfield wearing the black trunks with the red trim. Tillis in the white trunks with the red, white, and blue trim. And Richard Steele is getting somewhat angry. Punch your way out, he keeps saying, because there's too much holding.
See, that's the indication of a guy starting to resign. A couple of punches and he holds Holyfield. A couple of punches and he holds Holyfield. That's a guy saying, let me think of how I can get out of this.
Not a positive approach. Meanwhile, looks like Holyfield's just waiting for that swift combination to put Tillis away. Less than 30 seconds, round 4, scheduled for 10. Sunset falling over Lake Tahoe. Holyfield likes to set up that devastating right with the left jabs. Weak left by Tillis. That right was blocked by Tillis. And at the bell, a hard right by Holyfield. And again, they almost went at it after the bell as we follow James Quick Tillis into his corner. Wally Matthews will have a clarification on the chaos at the end of round 2. Wally?
According to Chuck Minker of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the responsibility for calling a disqualification in that instance lies solely with referee Richard Steele. Now, apparently, Lou Duva grabbed James Quick Tillis after the round, but Evander Holyfield never did hit him at that point. So, according to Minker, it did not look like grounds for disqualification, although Steele does have the power to disqualify a fighter or for the actions of his corner immediately. Minker said that they will look at the tape afterward, but from what he could see at ringside, there was no disqualification called for there. Now back to Steve.
Thank you very much, Wally. And that would have been ugly had Holyfield hit Tillis, perhaps unwittingly. Unfortunately, he held back.
It's very hard right when the bell sounds. It's just hard to hold a punch back. And one punch isn't bad. 2 or 3 are something else. I mean, as far as disqualification of that little riotous incident, I didn't think that was called for. I thought a mild fine and a hand slap. Don't do that again. Here's a $100 fine for you. That's something else.
All right, round 5 scheduled for 10. Steve Albert with the fight doctor Ferdy Pacheco, Wally Matthews ringside at Caesars Tahoe. Evander Holyfield continues to dictate the pace. He's wearing the black trunks. Tillis in the white. Holyfield's heavyweight debut.
Tillis's legs looking wobbly. Look like they do not want to take too much more of this.
Tillis just looking to protect his face. Tillis looks spent.
Yes, he does. He's been looking spent for about the last 2 rounds. The pounding he's been taking.
Oh, a combination by Holyfield. A blistering assault. And Tillis just throws him away with his right glove. The uppercut by Holyfield. We're seeing his entire repertoire here.
And what he's learned in the awful fights that he had to fight with Ocasio and De Leon was patience. Patience. Pace himself. Don't go crazy. And that's certainly holding him in good stead. He's fighting his fight. He's not getting nuts. He's just going at Tillis, chopping him down bit by bit. Tillis, for his part, doesn't seem like he's got an idea in his head as to how to hold off Holyfield, merely trying to last the rounds.
Evander Holyfield, 12 pounds heavier than his last fight when he won the World Cruiserweight Championship. Unified the title. He was 190. He's now 202. Tillis checks in at 210. He was 228 when he went into training. But he says he's in better shape now than when he fought Tyson 2 years ago. But so far, it's been Evander Holyfield controlling.
Come on, your hands are free. Your hands are free.
Holyfield, let's fly. Oh, and a right by Holyfield.
And Tillis looks like he's looking for a place to land. He's looking for a good excuse to go down. A couple of good shots, and he'll be gone.
Thunderous drives by Evander Holyfield. Tillis with his hands down.
Give Tillis credit. He's taking those shots. He could go down under any one of those.
Let's see if he can survive the 5th round. Approaching 20 seconds remaining.
After all, this is a man that a couple of years ago took everything a young Tyson had to give. So if his mind is set, oh, what a punch by Holyfield.
And he followed up with a left and a right and another left. And Tillis is in trouble. Final seconds, round 5. Can he make it to the bell? He hangs in there. It was almost as if Holyfield sensed this time that the bell would sound. And he stopped punching just a second before the bell rang. So 5 rounds complete, and Tillis being rocked.
How you feel, man? Let me call it. Let the doctor up here.
Heard something about getting a doctor.
Yeah, they're calling a doctor up. Quick Tillis. Apparently, that's one way to get out of there.
Dr. Edward Dene checking Quick Tillis.
Let's see if he can hear what the doctor's saying.
That's it. You want to fight?
It's all over. The doctor apparently advised Richard Steele, and Steele signaled all over. Evander Holyfield has won his heavyweight debut, stopping James Quick Tillis